everybody, so today's look is a caramel apple themed eye tutorial, and this was inspired by my friend David. He actually challenged me to do this, and I talk about David a lot on my channel. He is a great friend and a fabulous makeup artist, and he was noting that I seem to talk about a lot of caramel apple flavored things here and there. We've done the caramel apple Oreo review on the other channel. I also love those caramel apple Milky Ways and the caramel apple suckers, and he's like, have you actually eaten a real caramel apple? And I have eaten one. I've actually never made one, but I am gonna make this caramel apple eye tutorial using the Vice 3 palette. It really has some perfect shades for this, with this green here and some great bronzy browns. And I just thought maybe, you know, you're not going all out Halloween with your look, but you just want something kind of fun and fall themed that you could wear pretty much anywhere. This would be a look you could use for that, so I hope you like it. Alright, so I've already primed my lids, and to avoid dulling down this green, I'm going to go ahead and do my crease shade first, and that's going to be this color right here called Downfall. It is kind of a caramely matte tone. Just using my Sigma E25 brush to apply that all throughout the crease. This shade seems to kick up a lot of fallout, so you want to make sure to tap the excess off your brush. Next, we're taking this beautiful shimmery green called Dragon, and I'm just using a flat brush with this. And this is going to go all over the lid, so just pat it on. I like to kind of start lightly with bright shades like this and then build them up to the intensity I want. But this shade is really bold and pigmented, and it builds up really quickly. So really just filling the whole lid space with this. And then also, we're going to take it around the inner tear duct. This is something I normally wouldn't do with the green, but I think the pop there is kind of fun. So I'm going into that shade with a smudge brush. This is my E21. And I'm just going to encircle that tear duct area here. And I'm taking it just underneath as well. Just that innermost part. And then I also want a little lightness to surround that green, and I'm doing that with this shade down here called Bobby Dazzle. It's a shimmery white. So I'm just going to take that right around the tear duct. Next, I'm going to deepen up the outer part of this look with this shade called Rain. It's a shimmery brown, and I'm using my Sonia Kashuk small shadow brush. And I don't want to cover up too much of the green, so I'm really going to keep this right on the outer part of the lid. And then I'm flipping the brush over, and I'm pulling that shadow kind of up into the crease area a little bit. And here, I'm just kind of building a bit of an outer V. Just really placing that shadow exactly where I want it to go, and we'll blend it out in a bit. And while I'm working with that shade, I'm just going to go ahead and smudge some on the lower lash line. And then I'm just taking a bare brush, and I'm going to blend over the edge of that dark shade. And then for sort of the caramel effect of this look, I want to bring a lot of warmth around this space between the eye and the brow. And so I'm using Lucky for that. It's a really nice goldeny bronze. This is my Sigma E36 brush. I like it because it can give me soft application, but in really small spaces. And as you can see, I'm taking this down all the way in here to the inner corner. And then I'm just going to keep adding shadow and pulling it up. And I'm almost taking it to the brow. I'm getting really light with my application, like I'm barely touching the brush to the skin. But I'm definitely overlapping some of that brown and trying to stay off of the green. And then just up under the brow, I'm using Truth. I'm just placing this right on the border of the brow, just to give me a little definition between the eye look and the eyebrow. This is my Jordana Color Envy liquid liner in Black Envy. And I'm just starting right there on the innermost corner and pulling it across. And then when you're doing a wing, kind of want to think about pointing it up to the outer edge of your eyebrow. So if you were to connect the two, you know, you would be able to create a straight line there. So I just kind of point it out in that direction, get that little triangle going there, and then start filling it in. Sometimes I create my initial like short wing with liquid liner, and then you can extend it up with shadow. First off, on the lower lash line, I'm going to line my inner rim with black, and this is my M Cosmetics water liner in Black Night. And I'm taking a little bit of that down onto the skin and connecting it up to my black liquid liner there from the upper lash line. Next, using an angled brush, I'm going down here to Revolver. It's kind of a shimmery black charcoal type shade. And I'm just going to go over that area where I did the pencil liner. Now I just cleaned off this angled brush and I'm going into Lucky, picking up where that green left off, and going just under any of this blackish darkness here, taking it just up under that wing. Next, I'm just curling the lashes, and I'm going to apply some mascara top and bottom here. This is my Mally Volumizing mascara that's going on the upper lashes. And then CoverGirl Clump Crusher Water Resistant on the lower lashes. And then I am going to apply some false lashes with this look. I'm using my Red Cherry number 43s, and I'm just applying some glue to the lash band. This is my Revlon Precision Lash Glue, and I will link below to my full false lash tutorial if you want some more detailed steps and, you know, some ideas for what lashes you might want to pick out and this and that. And once the glue gets tacky, I'll just place that on the upper lash line, finish off with one more coat of mascara, and we'll be done. So there is the finished eye look. I gotta say, I'm loving that green shade. It comes through so clearly and beautifully, I think, even surrounded by all these nice neutral tones as well. Some other keys to the look: I think it's good to use sort of a warm bronzer. I think it really plays well with these types of tones on the eyes. I use my IT Cosmetics CC Plus Radiance Ombre Bronzer, and I use that for a little contouring and around the hairline. For my blush, I went with kind of a shimmery peachy gold with the Balm's Hot Mama. And then on my lips, I've got a little layering happening here. I couldn't quite settle on the exact shade I wanted, but I used my Maybelline matte lipstick in Daringly Nude, so that's kind of my base color. And then as a liner, I used NYX Mahogany, which is kind of a deep brownish red type color. Not a lot of red in it, it's definitely more neutral. And then I was kind of trying to achieve that nice caramely look with the gloss, and so I used my lip glass from MAC. It's the Viva Glam Gaga 2. It didn't give me exactly what I wanted, so I kept layering stuff. When in doubt, just keep throwing stuff on the lips, right? I used Lucky, the shade that I used above the eye there, and I kind of just dabbed that on the lips, and I thought it made everything a little bit more goldeny. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, David, for the idea, and I hope everyone has a great and happy, safe Halloween. Bye, guys.